Hey folks, it's Amy from Colorado Mountain Living. We are on the back side of the house. We moved over to the money side. This has got all the frontage on the road, and it's the white building you see when you're driving up the road. So we're working on the siding on this side. So it took us a few extra days to get to this side because we had so much rain. It rained like at noon over the entire weekend, and we basically had a bunch of half days. So it took us a little while to get to this final side. But Brian's getting that first piece of siding up right now, so we're on our way. He trimmed out the door. He got the corner on. I had to put up a little bit of some of the soffit up there to have a guide when he's doing this side. So we're off and running. But what I wanted to tell you guys about today was our plan for the vanity in the bathroom. So Brian has some things sketched out, kind of have a rough idea of how we're going to go about doing this, but just thought you guys might enjoy our rustic vanity design. We got some more rough cut cedar.
Yep. These are 2x4s and then 2 4x4s. These would be the legs of the vanity, and then these would be all the horizontal cross pieces.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So Brian made a little sketch of the type of vanity that he had in mind. We had seen some pictures online of other ones that we liked, but they were upwards of $2,000 for something really rustic and made for like a double sink vanity. So really not in our price range, and we thought we might be able to do a better job making one ourselves. So Brian did a little bit of sketching and then took some measurements, and we're getting ready to start this process of building our own sink vanity with a rustic style.
Look at this.
Some inside stuff.
We've been, ever since we put this wall up in the lights, we haven't really touched it.
Okay. So we start working on the vanity in the rainy days.
Yeah, since we've had rainy weekends every single weekend this summer.
Yeah.
So this is where we're at with the vanity area. Big open space. 2 sinks going to be going in, and need to have a place to put them.
I think I'll just make the vanity itself 6 feet, and then the top can be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So, because 6 feet is right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just have the top go edge to edge.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like 2 inches of overhang. Because it's about 76 inches across. So, yeah, 2 inches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Then, let's go measure the thickness of that slab.
Yeah, it's like 3 inches, I think.
It's like 2 1/4.
Oh.
Because I haven't cut it.
The one in the shed or the one that's...
There's one outside.
Oh, okay.
So it should be 34 inches. It's 36 to there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it worked out pretty good.
Hmm.
So it'll be like 34 is standard kitchen countertop.
Mm-hmm.
Or kitchen cabinet height. We could always recess the bowl a little bit if you wanted it lower.
Mm-hmm.
But those bowls don't stick up that high.
No. In fact, where are they?
Okay.
In our storage shower.
So if it's about that high.
It's pretty high. And how far out would be? That's good. That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it needs to be lower than that.
Because you could always put a hole in the countertop and recess it down. So,
Right.
So it's down inside halfway.
Oh, that might be cool looking. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, either way. It'd be easier to do it on top.
Yeah. Well, we can see how it looks, and then we could always
Yeah.
Recessive.
Because the trick would be, what I probably want to do is like make some kind of a template.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would be easier to I could scribe it somehow. Think of a way to make a scribe.
Cool. Ding, 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 ding. It's got some drywall on it. But yeah, these were made 2 years ago.
More than that.
3 years
3 years ago.
Ooh, we were thinking way ahead. At least we saved a step.
Yeah.
So right here is our rough cut lumber that Brian got at the store to build the vanity with. These are 4x4 posts. There's two a little bit shorter. So what I'm going to do is sand these down, and then we're going to decide on a stain. I'm thinking like the dark walnut that's going to match what the woodworking is in the bathroom, that dark brown color. That's the accent wall over the tub, as well as the accent wall for the lighting. So I'm gonna get started on sanding these down. These are the posts that are going to be the backbone and the showpiece of our vanity.
So the goal of the sanding isn't to sand down the rough cut timber until it's smooth, but more just to sand off all of the loose little slivers so it's not so rough to the touch.
Okay, got the posts sanded. So now I want to show you what we're going to use for the top of the vanity. It's actually over here in one of our wood piles. So last year we were fortunate enough to come across a tree that had fallen, and we got it milled up into big widths. And these widths right here are what we're going to end up using for our stair treads. But we did get some thinner pieces that are a couple of inches wide. So that one's in the middle of the stack there. There's one more piece inside the shed where I can show you. But it's kind of like this little slab right here, even though this is just a scrap piece. But we got a couple pieces like this, what we're going to use for the top. Let's go in the shed here. All right, well, there's a bunch of stuff on top of it, but we've got a couple of pieces 2 inches thick, and we are going to use this for our top of our vanity. Now, the widest piece is probably only 22 inches across, so we're probably going to have to splice them together, somewhat like that, and then we'll just do a really nice polyurethane, sand it down super smooth and polyurethane the tops to have a nice slab finish on the surface of the vanity.
So here's an example right here. This is the coffee table that Brian did, and he joined together two slabs with just a little bit of cedar here as a joiner, and we're going to do the tops very similar to that.
All right, so in addition to our posts, our 4x4 posts, Brian also picked up some 2x4 rough cut cedar. So this will be helping to create the framework of the vanity. So posts and rough cut 2x4 cedar. So I think these will be really cool, given that rustic look with a rough cut. And I just lightly sanded everything to get all the loose stuff off. Still looks pretty rough cut to me, so not overly sanded, just enough to kind of get those splintery pieces off. So next step is cutting everything up, measuring out that frame for the vanity, and then deciding on the stain. I think I decided on it. I just might have to pick up more to do like a dark walnut stain. So. Well, folks, that is the beginnings of our vanity. So we're just in the beginning stages. But I thought you'd like to see what we're going for. Can we translate this sketch into reality? It's been quite a few months since we got this area prepped for the vanity. Now we're in that stage where we're actually getting the woodwork, and we're going to be putting it together and assembling it. So stay tuned. We're definitely going to keep you updated on how the process is going. And Brian's concrete bowls that he made 3 years ago, how about that for advanced planning? So pretty funny that we had those all this time when we moved him out to Colorado and everything, but that was back when he was doing the concrete countertops in North Carolina before he moved, and he wanted to get some practice doing some sinks, some vessel sinks. And he ended up using a series of mixing bowls, stainless steel mixing bowls, to make those sinks, believe it or not. So it's going to be fun to see them translate into reality. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that little snippet of what we're planning for our vanity, and we will keep you updated and post the updates on the siding on this south side of the house. It's coming along, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.